Welcome back to my 100% playthrough of Dragon Age Origins. Let's just get straight into it. So today we are going to head to the first of the major quests we're going to tackle in this game. So let's just go get started.
On it.
So here, actually kind of important who I want to take. We'll take
Yes.
Alistair, Liliana,
Indeed.
and actually the dog. There is a reason we're taking the dog with us. You'll see in a second. Alrighty, so having a look at the map, we can go to Denerim, the Brazilian outskirts, Lake Cullenhead, Redcliffe, or Ozima, or the Frostback Mountains actually. There are also these two other areas, Sulker's Pass and Ban Loren's Lands. These are for DLC quests. We will go to them eventually, but not right now. I've decided the first place I want to tackle is the Lake Cullenhead dock, so let's go there. There are a couple of reasons to do this area first.
We're coming here to see the mages, right? Oh, great. They just love me.
So in my opinion, you get one of your best companions in the Circle Tower. That's Wynn, actually. We met her at Ostagar. And the other thing is that in here there, you can actually get some permanent stat bonuses, which just helps you for the rest of the game. So I do think the mages is the best one to visit first. It just kind of also makes sense that we're a mage, we go to the mages first. That kind of makes sense to me. Okay, now I said I was bringing the dog for a reason. Let's talk to dog. Do you see anything interesting? He brings us a codex entry. He only does this in the Lake Cullenhead docks area, so you've got to bring the dog here and talk to him to get a unique codex entry. So let's have a look at it. A letter to someone in High Ever. Dear Heather, how are you? How are father and mother? I don't know why I asked this. It was made clear so many years ago that I'm no child of theirs. You are my only family now, and I thank the Maker that you had the love and courage enough to keep calling me sister. I'm happy for you and overjoyed to hear of your upcoming nuptials. Count your blessings. I believe you have snagged yourself a fine lad. So young and already the owner of his own freehold. Soon you will start a family of your own. Oh Heather, I do envy you, but perhaps I shall envy you for not much longer. We have hoped and prayed for something, anything, and now I see the prison bars begin to bend and sag. So much injustice has been done to my kind, and they cannot have dreamed that the Maker would allow it to continue. There is a change coming to the tower. I can feel it, and it both excites and terrifies me. I don't know when I shall write again, dear sister, but do not worry. If all goes well, perhaps no letters will be necessary, and you shall find me on your very doorstep. With much love, Gwynllian. Cool. Interesting wee letter there. Right, this boat here is actually the landmark, since we've got
why
the
the
dog.
mages built their tower out in the middle of Lake Cullenhead? They have an aversion to practicality or something?
Since we've got the dog, may as well activate Mabari Dominance. Cool. Okay, Samael the Deserter.
Yes?
So he's here for one of the quests we've got from the Blackstone Irregulars.
Oh? What was this about?
I hear you stole supplies from the guild.
I worried this might happen. I hoped it wouldn't be you who came for me. I have no choice. Forgive me, Warden, but I cannot go back with you.
Okay, he just attacks. Not too much interesting to say about this fight. He's fairly easy to take out. He does have his thugs to help him, but it's fine. Oh, although they did stun me, which is really annoying.
Right. It is done.
Cool. And with them dead, all good.
This should be easy enough.
Okay, I need to get the guild supplies off his body for the quest. But that is all well and good. Let's just check these barrels. Okay. Now there is this guy here, the Mages Collective Liaison. He is much like the Mages Collective is much like the Blackstone Irregulars or the Chantry Boards. You can talk to them to get a bunch of quests.
You're the Grey Warden, aren't you? Exactly who I was hoping to meet. I represent a collective of mages interested in going about their lives without the constant scrutiny of the Chantry.
How can I help you?
Next to me, and in every major settlement, you will find an inconspicuous sack containing requests from mages all over the land who need the assistance of someone skillful and discreet.
I'll take a look at these requests.
Thank you, my friend. We have agents in every major settlement to reward you for work done on behalf of the collective. Make us smile upon you.
Okay, new codex there. The Mages Collective. Despite the loyalist grasp on the Mages political community, many libertarians and equitarians have begun to see eye to eye with respect to the Chantry's role in a mage's daily life. A growing number of mages, particularly those whose magic never strays from the Maker's mandate, feel that the Chantry's constant oversight is a burden upon their creativity and their very will, and one that hinders their ability to do their work. These mages, along with a number of hedge wizards who work their arts outside the Chantry's influence, have formed a shadow guild of sorts, a mages collective wherein members can submit requests and have them seen to without judgment. This collective manages to work in relative secrecy, their members discreet and their clients anonymous. As of yet, this collective has seen no sanction from the Templars, and there have been no sign that its members are practicing magic of which the Maker would not approve. Still, practicing magic outside of the influence of the Chantry is a dream for some and a dangerous notion for others, and many believe that it is only a matter of time before the veil of secrecy is lifted, and the Mages Collective is brought to swift and brutal justice. From A Treatise on Magic and Politics by First Enchanter Josephus. Cool. So let's check what quests he has for us. Okay, there are 5 of them here. So places of power. Hear me and obey. My power is waning. I, Cribulash the Epithet, require a reconnection to the mystic places I've left behind. You, the bearer of this note, shall travel to these places and trace upon them my personal glyphs, claiming their eldritch energies for my own. You will come upon sites of mystic power in the ancient places of the world, the Brazilian forest, the deep roads, the heart of Denerim, and near the base of the Circle Tower. Cool, except you will notice this one takes us all around Thedas, so it's going to take us a while to complete that one. Careless accusations. The activities of the Maleficarum on my doorstep did not go unnoticed, and now I am in danger of being brought before the Templars myself. A small band of drifters claim to have seen me practicing forbidden arts, and they have left to deliver testimony of my alleged deeds to the Chantry. I asked the Mages Collective to find and stop these false witnesses by any means necessary. They were travelling on along the road from Lothering to Denerim, where their lies will seal my fate. Nope, it's quite an easy one. Notice of termination. There comes a time in each young mage's life that he must strike forth from beneath the shadow of his mentor. For my 3 young and unremarkable apprentices, this time is now. He who accepts this calling takes it upon himself to deliver documents of congratulations to my apprentices, who will no doubt be uninformed as to the contents of the missive. The apprentices' names are Starrick, Alina, and Sheth. I have cleverly sent them away from my abode so that they may receive this information in a public place, thus guaranteeing the safety of my willing courier. You will find 2 of them in Denerim. The other is procuring a slightly rarer item from Orzammar. And be sensitive, I would not wish harm upon their delicate feelings. It feels a bit like breaking up via text, but that's alright. Thy brother's killer. My worst fears have been realised. A band of devilish Maleficarum are performing their profane rituals within close proximity to my own sanctum. This cannot stand. I, Jabasto, charge he who accepts this request to destroy the fiends before their evil brings unwanted attention from either Templars or demons to my back door. Travel to the Brazilian forest and slay these blasphemers. And finally, herbal magic. Disaster! So consumed have I been with my personal projects that I have neglected to collect vital components of the herbal remedy I use to sharpen my mind for thoughts of the other world. Without it I am ruined. Ruined! I will humbly reward any who brings me 10 bundles of deep mushrooms. With this I can continue on my quest for enlightenment with a clear mind and fewer bouts with drowsiness and indigestion. May he who accepts this request be showered in riches and love from the Maker's heart for this noble and selfless act. This is literally my salvation. Okay, that last one's fairly easy. We'll have a look how many deep mushrooms we have, but let's do this codex entry. So this is a letter of termination. My dear apprentice, I have sent this courier with this note to officially end your period of apprenticeship. I harbour you no ill will, for despite your complete incompetence, you have failed to do lasting harm to myself or my work. Sadly, I will not have a chance to witness your floundering attempts at improvement. When you return from your current errand, your apprenticeship will be over. Now, hurry, I have dire need of the supplies I sent you to procure. Sincerely, the Mage Terrasta. That's a really cold, breakup letter, but that's okay. Oh yeah, let's see how many deep mushrooms we have. I don't think I have 10. Nope, only 2. It's okay, there's an easy way to get some more, so I'll just go do that in a second. Okay. Now, if Liliana's
Yes.
skill is high enough, and I don't know that it is...
It's done.
Okay. We'll need to come back, because there
Okay.
is actually something in that chest I want, but that's okay.
Good day, and welcome to the Spoiled Princess. Is there something I can get for you?
Why is the inn called the Spoiled Princess?
It was my father's idea. He ran the inn before me, and he named it for my sister. She was his little princess. Princess decided the country was too dull for her and moved to Denerim. More glamorous, she said. Well, she was found murdered, robbed of all the trinkets my father bought her with his hard-earned money. My father died of shock and heartbreak. Mother stopped eating, and I got the struggling in. The name stuck. That's the story.
I'd like a drink.
Of course. What would you like?
Okay, let's see what he has. He has a few potions, also some trap plans, which can be quite useful. He does not, however, have any deep mushrooms. It's okay. He does have some decent equipment, though, if you need any of it. I'll grab some of these. Okay, all good. Okay, let's get out of here and we will go get some deep mushrooms. That's basically all there is to do in the Lake Cullenhead docks. The next step would be to go over to the tower, which we'll do in a bit. But first, let's go back to the world map. Now, I should say, along the way, when you're traveling the world map next, fully expect to have a encounter. Because if nothing else, one of those quests we just got will trigger a random encounter. We actually want to go to Lothering. If Lothering has been destroyed, you'll need to go somewhere else to get your deep mushrooms, but there's an easy way to get them if Lothering is still around. Okay, this here is the one. This random encounter is triggered by accepting the quest Careless Accusations. Let's go talk to the adventurers.
Rough travels out here, eh? We even saw Darkspawn on the way in.
Where are you going?
We're delivering a message to the Chantry in Denerim. You?
What's the message about?
We saw a blood mage down near the Brazilian forest. We're off to tell the Chantry about him.
I'm here to stop you.
I thought you said... Wait. You're serious?
So you can intimidate or persuade them. They're actually pretty easy to persuade, or you can just fight them. But we'll persuade. We've got good persuasion.
I suppose that's all right. As long as it gets there. Stay safe.
There we go. That's an easy way to complete the quest. Right. Let's grab some of this. Okay, so in Lothering, what we want is the merchant. What we want is the merchant that you, hopefully, didn't scare off when you first entered the city. He's the one who was arguing with the villagers about his prices. But he sells quite a lot of deep mushrooms, so if he's still around, and Lothering is still here, then he has an easy way to complete the quest we just got.
Don't suppose you're looking to buy something?
I am indeed. Let's see what you have.
All right. Just don't buy everything up.
Crafting. Deep mushrooms. Yep, here's a good supply. We need 8 of them. Here you go. Bye. And that's all we needed. So I'll see you back in the Lake Cullenhead docks. Okay, well, my mistake. We actually had another random encounter on the way back to Lake Calenhad, so let's see what this one's about. Okay, Old Tigran. So let's see what he's after.
You have coin, stranger? With Orzammar closed off, Old Tigran can get you a discount. Fine weapon and arms, dwarven made.
What's going on in Orzammar?
There's two things I'm here for. Travel or trade. Understand?
Let's see this discount of yours. He does have a Tome of Skill and Sundry, which is really good, but also really expensive. Basically gives you an extra skill point. But that's fine, we don't absolutely need that. He also has the Silver Sword of Mercy, which is a gift. I guess we'll grab that, and the Painting of the Rebel Queen is another gift. Okay, nothing else there, let's leave. Okay, so there's not really anything else with this encounter. I will say it is an encounter that you can get multiple times per playthrough, and it just turns up randomly sometimes. But anyway, let's get going to Calenhad. Okay, here we are. If we come down here, we can turn in the 2 quests we've completed, because we have done both Careless Accusations, and we can now do Herbal Magic as well.
Take this. You've earned it.
There we go, and we got the achievement, the Collective Friend. That'll be for completing a Mages Collective quest, I imagine. Complete a job or quest for the Mages Collective. Perfect. Sweet, nice and easy. Now this guy here, Kester, he is normally the ferryman that takes people over to the tower, so let's talk to him.
Well, look at this. I remember taking you across when you left with that fella Duncan. And now you're a Grey Warden. My pap used to tell me stories about them.
Hello, Kester. Why aren't you manning the boat?
Templars took the boat.
So I can't get across?
Gregor just came down and said, "Don't you worry, Kester, we got it all under control, we do." Didn't say nothing else. And then he puts Carol in charge of my boat. Lissy, named for my grandmum she was.
I should get going.
You go on ahead then. It were nice talking to you.
I did just notice this guy has an exclamation mark above his head. Let's see what he wants to say.
The Mages Collective thanks you. Make us smile upon you.
Ah, apparently you have to talk to him twice to complete both quests. Good thing I checked. Alright.
As you wish.
No problem then. Yep, like I said, there's not really much in Calenhad Docks. The main reason to come here is to go to the Circle Tower, so let's head there.
You're not looking to get across to the tower, are you? Because I have strict orders not to let anyone pass.
Okay, there are a couple of ways to get through this encounter. I am a Grey Warden and I seek the assistance of the mages.
Oh, you're a Grey Warden, are you? Prove it.
I have these documents here.
Yes. Oh, a Grey Warden seal. Aha! So you're claiming to be one of those. You know, I have some documents too. They say I'm the Queen of Antiva. What do you think of that?
Aren't queens female?
Don't question royalty.
Fair
Anyway, it
enough.
was nice chatting with you. Now, on your way, right now, go.
Okay, so you can intimidate or persuade him. Because they actually do need you to get to the Circle Tower, if you try one of these and it fails, the other one I believe is an automatic win. So if you do both of these, you're sure to get past them. The other thing you can do is, can't we work something out? And if you have a certain companion in your party, they will actually convince Carol for you. I believe Laliana, Morrigan, and Sten all work for this option. So just have one of them with you and you can do this.
That redhead there at the back. She doesn't need to go to the tower, does she? Because it gets a little lonely out here sometimes. And, you know, you could just leave her with me.
What? No. I'm sorry. I'm a poetess, and I'm not interested in anything you have to offer.
I've never met a poetess. The other men sometimes tell stories about them, when the Knight Commander isn't around, of course. He doesn't abide that sort of talk.
The stories sheltered Templars tell will pale in comparison to mine. Would you like to hear my tales of debauchery and excess?
Yes, please.
I'm sure we could talk on that long, dull boat ride across the lake. Yes?
Yes, definitely. Are we going now?
Yes, let's go.
Come along, I suppose.
And I want 2 men stationed within sight of the doors at all times. Do not open the doors without my express consent. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
The doors are barred. Are they keeping people out or in?
Now we wait and pray.
Frigga, good to see you again.
Well, look who's back. A proper Grey Warden now, are we? Glad you're not dead.
What's happening? Why are the great doors barred?
I shall speak plainly. The tower is no longer under our control. Abominations and demons stalk the tower's halls. We were too complacent. First Jowan, now this. Don't think I've forgotten your role in Jowan's escape.
Yeah, so you can probably tell as you go to the different areas, the ones related to your origin story, like this is the Magi origin story, which we have, you get a lot of extra dialogue if you came from there, which makes sense. So in this case, referencing Jowan, a bit more friendly with Gregor because we actually know him, all that sort of stuff. It's quite interesting how they've kind of done that. Jowan's escape seems small compared to the situation here.
True enough.
What has become of the first enchanter?
We don't know. We saw only demons, hunting Templars and mages alike. I realized we could not defeat them and told my men to flee.
What can I do to help?
I have sent word to Denerim, calling for reinforcements and the right of annulment.
How can you think of annulling the entire circle?
The mages are probably already dead. Any abominations remaining in there must be dealt with, no matter what.
This situation is dire. There is no alternative. Everything in the tower must be destroyed so it can be made safe again.
The mages are not defenseless. Some must still live.
If any are still alive, the Maker himself has shielded them. No one could have survived those monstrous creatures. It is too painful to hope for survivors and find nothing.
I'll look for survivors.
I assure you, an abomination is a force to be reckoned with, and you will face more than one.
I must try. It is the right thing to do.
A word of caution. Once you cross that threshold, there is no turning back. The great doors must remain barred. I will open them for no one until I have proof that it is safe. I will only believe it is over if the first enchanter stands before me and tells me it is so. If Irving has fallen, then the circle is lost and must be destroyed. May Andraste lend you her courage, whatever you decide.
Okay, so yep, the circle has changed a bit since we were last here. Once we go through those doors, the Templars will shut them behind us and we cannot leave again. Before we head through those doors, a few things you want to do. First is talk to this quartermaster here.
I wish this were over. We're running low on supplies and I don't know how much longer we'll last.
You have supplies for sale?
Yes. Would you like to trade?
Let's see if we've got the money. I don't have that much money though. I have a feeling he has a backpack. Yep, 6 gold. I don't think I can do that even if I sell stuff. I could always sell the dragon plate. I don't really want to do that though. There we go. Now we can get the backpack. Perfect. Okay, I'm also going to go through and get rid of a couple of these items here we have. The Silver Sword of Mercy, we bought that off that trader. It's actually a gift for Liliana, which, to be honest, is not particularly intuitive. I wouldn't have guessed that, but here we are. What does it actually say? An ornate silver amulet in the shape of a sword. Okay, well, we'll give that to Liliana. There you go,
That's
+9.
a wonderful thought.
The painting is for Sten, who's not in our party, so can't do that right now. And these two are just generic gifts for anyone, so I'll leave them for now as well. Cool, I actually thought we had some more to give out, but I forgot Sten's not in the party. Okay, that's fine. Now what we're going to do, before we enter here, I'm just going to do a new save. Just in case something goes wrong and I need to get out of there.
The key was definitely the Templar Plan B.
Here we go.
This should be easy enough.
Even the Templars think we're insane. Okay, here we are in the tower, so let's explore. This is the apprentice floor. There are quite a few things to do in here. Let's see if she can open that chest. Part of the problem with coming here so early is that Liliana's lockpicking skills are not particularly high right now. But if there's anything we can't get right now, we can always return if it's something crucial. Apprentice's footlocker. So Watchguard of the Reaching is a quest, but also a codex. No, and stop asking. I'm not getting in trouble because of you again. I don't care what's in the basement, and neither do the senior Magi. Everything is about Uldred and the upper floors. I don't know what you're digging up, but those tomes are way older than our lesson texts. An apprentice shouldn't touch them. Ritual note. The threads burned before a giant spear raised. He stands alone, so whispers are known false. Nolan. Scribbled in corner. Don't need him. Away new reaching. Cool, so there's a quest that we've got. It's not one we can do anything about right now, though. I can tell you that. But it is well worth exploring everywhere in here, because there are a few random quests like that scattered around the tower. It can be easy to miss if you're not using the show everything button that I'm using. There's another footlocker.
This should be easy enough.
I'm telling you guys, it's a test like the summoning. Why else would lessons be cancelled? And that outburst in the library with Uldred? An older tome fell to a page on the reaching. I copied what I could before they pushed us out. Ritual note, a sword lowered to strike through and ground. You can't tell me I wasn't supposed to see that. It's too convenient. I'm looking for more, and you'd be smart to help. Gant. Okay.
I am ready. Right away.
Here's another footlocker. Yeah, this one here is, you can actually only do that one if you have Maleficarum Regrets, which was a codex entry we picked up in Lothering, I believe. The spot. Maker's Wind, Darcy. I said I'd wait, but it's not just a disagreement. Uldred set abominations loose. One was in my mentor's robe. If you make it here, something in the spot may help you out. No point in hiding it from the senior mages now. And don't worry about Denry's usual fee for moving his bed. He's dead. Apprentice manned. Cool. There we go. So that was unrelated to the other quest we got, but still interesting.
This should be easy enough.
You've returned to the tower? Why did the Templars let you through? Are you here to warn us?
I told Gregor I would investigate the tower.
The Templars have barred the doors. They will only open them if they intend to attack us. Is that what is happening?
Don't worry, the rite of annulment has not arrived.
They sent for it then. I feared they might have. What else could they do? So Gregor thinks the Circle is beyond hope. He probably assumes we are all dead. They abandoned us to our fate. But even trapped as we are, we have survived. If they invoke the right, however, we will not be able to stand against them.
Did Irving survive as well?
If anyone could survive this, it would be the first enchanter Irving. It was he who told me to look after the children. It's a long story. I erected a barrier over the door leading to the rest of the tower, so nothing from inside could attack the children. You will not be able to enter the tower as long as the barrier holds, but I will dispel it if you join with me to save this circle.
Okay, you do have a choice here. You can agree to help her, of course. Your other choice is to disagree, in which case Wynne will actually attack you and you'll be forced to kill her. Very well, I will help you.
Once Gregor sees that we have made the tower safe, I trust he will tell his men to back down. He is not unreasonable.
Gregor will only accept it if the first enchanter says so.
Then our path is laid out before us. We must save Irving.
Then we should set off immediately.
Petra, Kenan, look after the others. I will be back soon.
When? Are you sure you're all right? You were so badly hurt earlier. Maybe I should come along.
The others need your protection more. I will be all right. Stay here with them. Keep them safe and calm.
Have faith. We will not fail.
Your confidence is refreshing, though you should make sure it does not blind you to your weaknesses. If you are ready, let us go end this.
Cool. Now, Wynn is a compulsory member of your party, and I believe whoever else you pick will be with your party for quite some time as well. So we'll take Alistair and Liliana.
Indeed.
There we go. Although you can change them in this room, so you could always come back here. Basically, in the tower, you've got two choices. You can either side with the Templars or side with the mages. Agreeing to help Wynn here does not mean that you have to side with the mages in the end, and in fact, if you want to keep Wynn as a companion, that is so you don't kill her, your best bet here is to agree to help her, and then later on you can decide to help the Templars. If you do that in the right way, you can still keep Wynn as a companion, although she will be very angry with you, but she won't attack you. If you do it in the wrong way, she'll attack you later instead.
Here we are. I'm somewhat amazed at myself for having kept it in place this long.
You did what you had to do, Wynn.
It made me very weary at times, but I had to stay strong to keep us safe. Be prepared for anything. I do not know what manner of beasts lurk beyond this barrier. Are you ready?
I am ready. Destroy the barrier.
All right. Be on your guard.
Okay, before we move on, I actually should have a look at Wynn. So let's check her out. Skills, that's fine, I don't need that. Spells, this is what I want. So we've kind of touched on specializations before. Each of your companions does have a specialization. In my opinion, Wynn has the best specialization of any class though. Spirit Healer. So these first two skills she already has unlocked are probably some of the best skills in the game. Group Heal does exactly what it says like, it heals a group of allies. But Revival will revive a fallen party member, so if someone's knocked out, Wynn can actually get them back into the fight, which is really valuable and can really turn the tide of battle. So as long as Wynn herself is not knocked out, in each fight there is a chance, even if everyone else is knocked out, to win, simply because Wynn can revive someone. Aside from other spells, she's got healing spells as well, which is really useful. She's also got the auras unlocked. And that's about it. So she's kind of a support caster, but she does have Stone Fist to deal damage, as well as Arcane Bolt, which every mage starts with. But anyway, that's why I reckon Wynn is one of the best companions, simply because of her revival spell. I'm just going to jump in here with my Dwarf Commoner character to show you how things can go differently when you meet Wynn for the first time.
Right there. Take another step, and I swear I will strike you down where you stand.
Who are you to threaten me?
I am Wynn, Mage of the Circle, and these children are under my protection. Who are you, and what is your purpose here? Have the Templars opened the door? Speak quickly. I'll have no games.
What's your tone with me, Mage?
Or what? I've dealt with every demon that has dared to threaten me in my own. You are a lesser menace than they. Knowing you must have been sent by the Templars does not endear you to me. Now I ask again, who are you and why are you here?
I am here to deal with this pesky circle once and for all.
I see. And did they tell you that you had to kill apprentices, children?
I will do what must be done.
You're mad if you think I'll let you lay a finger on these children. I will fight you if you won't listen to reason. I am not afraid of you.
The circle must be destroyed for all our sakes.
If you insist on making war upon the Circle, we have nothing more to discuss. It comes to blows, then. I will stop you, or die trying.
At least you don't actually have to kill the children. They seem to not be enemies and are running away, so that's good. I didn't really want to kill the children. Now, to be perfectly honest, I'm probably going to reload this save because Wynn is far too of a useful companion to actually kill. But I just thought I would show you what would happen if you do decide to antagonize the mages. And you know, you can fully kill Wynn, and there she goes. Oh, and with that, the mages are down.
Like bandages.
I actually wonder if the where the children went. If they just disappear from the game, or if they're hiding somewhere. Again, definitely don't want to kill the children, and I don't think the game would let you. That seems to be a line most games aren't willing to cross. But I'm just curious. Because this is not really an option I've really picked for anything before. In any of my playthroughs. Okay. No, children just disappear from the game by the looks of it. Alright, but with that, so that is definitely an option you can choose. Again, I don't recommend it, and even for this character, I might reload it, because even if I'm going to side with the Templars, I would rather be able to keep one as a companion. So for now, let's switch back over to my main character. Okay, let's get into the tower. Yeah. So there's going to be lots of abominations, a few walking corpses, some shades throughout this tower. A lot of enemies to fight. These abominations also explode when they're defeated, so they can deal some damage even once they're down. Okay. Now in this room you will notice there are a bunch of... Okay, never mind. Ignore what I was going to say. I'm speaking too soon. Let's look at some of these things though. Books. Okay, blank vellum is not useful at all. Torn Book gives you the Codex Summoning Sciences. If we look at that... Also gives you the Quest Summoning Sciences. If we look at that, this is the second half of a Torn Book. We're actually going to go through this in some detail later, so for now I'm actually not going to bother reading that out. But we did also get the Codex for Abomination. We arrived in the dead of night. We had been tracking the Maleficar for days and finally had him cornered, or so we thought. As we approached, a home on the edge of the town exploded, sending splinters of wood and fist-sized chunks of rocks into our ranks. We had but moments to regroup before fire rained down from the sky, the sounds of destruction wrapped in a hideous laughter from the centre of the village. There, perched atop the spire of the village chantry, stood the mage, but he was human no longer. We shouted our prayers to the Maker and deflected what magic we could, but as we fought, the creature fought harder. I saw my comrades fall, burned by the flaming sky or crushed by debris. The monstrous creature, looking as if a demon were wearing a man-like a twisted suit of skin, spotted me and grinned. We had forced it into this, I realized. The mage had made this pact and given himself over to the demon to survive our assault. Transcribed from a tale told by a former Templar in Cumberland 884 Blessed. It is known that mages are able to walk the Fade while completely aware of their surroundings, unlike most others who may only enter the realm as dreamers and leave it scarcely aware of their experience. Demons are drawn to mages, though whether it's because of this awareness or simply by virtue of their magical power in our world is unknown. Regardless of the reason, a demon always attempts to possess a mage when it encounters one, by force or by making some kind of deal, depending on the strength of the mage. Should the demon get the upper hand, the result is an unholy union known as an abomination. Abominations have been responsible for some of the worst cataclysms in history, and the notion that some mage in a remote tower could turn into such a creature unbeknownst to any was the driving force behind the creation of the Circle of Magi. Thankfully, abominations are rare. The Circle has methods for weeding out those who are too at risk for demonic possession, and scant few mages would give up their free will to submit to such a bond with a demon. But once an abomination is created, it will do its best to create more. Considering that entire squads of Templars have been known to fall at the hands of a single abomination, it is not surprising that the Chantry takes the business of the Circle of Magi very serious indeed. Cool, so that is what an abomination is. Okay. There is a summoning font here. We're going to come back to this. This is part of the summoning sciences quest that we just picked up. This one here. We need the font for that. But for now, let's just ignore it and keep going. That is another of the Watchguard of Reaching quest. It's this one here. First Enchanter Dorval fell suddenly to a disease of the lungs. This unfortunate disruption in the direct line of descent from Tower founding should be treated as opportunity. The Circle will reform practices to better address the times. Many rituals remain valuable, but some, the Two Bells, Garnel's Lament, Watchguard of the Reaching, Beneford Dar, have little or no meaning in our texts. We will move forward as Dorval would have wished, and commit these and other ceremonies to the age we have left. With no plan of estate, his belongings have been transferred into the common library for the benefit of all. Excerpt, Circle of Magi Declaration, Kinloch Hold Transitional 590 Exalted. Scribbled in corner, Reaching, again, and old. They don't know, idiots. Wards weaken. Cool. So we're learning a little bit more about the Watchguard of the Reaching now. We still don't quite know what it is. Let's keep going. Okay, let us Cone of Cold. This. That instantly killed the Rage Demon because they are weak to cold, so it's kind of useful. And while I'm here, Alistair, can you please deal with that using this spell? Oh, didn't work. I was hoping to shatter him and just kill him, but that's okay. Some of these abominations, by the way, when you kill them, do have codex entries in their pile of rags, which is kind of like their loot pile they leave behind. So always worth checking. Yeah, I think this is one scrap of paper. Promises of Pride. Let's check that. Alduin will show us the way. Finally, recognition within the Circle and freedom from the scornful eye of the Templars. We will not be shunned. Be ready. Enchanter Gravid, Libertarian. Cool. Yeah, so it's worth checking, especially if, like me, you're looking for all the codex entries. There's nothing else in here right now, so let's keep going.
On it.
Okay, that's annoying. Greater Rage Demon, so it's a lot stronger than the one we killed in the other room. Which is why it didn't instantly die. Okay, now before I forget, I actually should check Wynn's equipment. Although I might have just sold all the equipment I could have given her, so maybe this is pointless. Yep, I sold everything. That's fine. We can give her... Might as well give her the Spirit Charm. It's better than nothing. Aside from that, I'm sure this is the Mage's Town. I'm sure we'll find some mage equipment for her to wear. Okay, now with this floor done, we can do the Summoning Sciences quest. You kind of have to clear everything here before you can start it, though. Soldier Corpse. We'll take those. Shard Corpse.
Let's get started.
Oh yeah, that Apprentice Amulet is probably better for Wynn than the one we gave her, but that's okay. Mystical Side of Power. This was one of the Mage's collective quests. This one here, Places of Power. You see there was one inside the Circle Tower, so it's here on this chair for some reason. Okay, black smoke, but doesn't really do anything, but that's fine. It means we did the quest. Well, found this particular side of power. There's others elsewhere. Torn book.
On it.
Now this is the first part of the Summoning Sciences Codex, so let's read that. Apprentices are allowed and expected to willfully direct a minor spirit, provided it is within the protective confines of the library. Placement of the shelves allow for passive immobilization and the energy purging of any rogue entity. Take care, this exercise is not to be enacted during maintenance or other disruption of library structure. The danger presented by an incorrect summoning, particularly exercise 3, is extreme. The summoning sigils will ignite upon ritual initiation. If the order is incorrect, the ritual will reset. And then we've got exercise 1, exercise 2, exercise 3. So if we go over to our quest, Summoning Sciences, you found a textbook of arcane summoning rituals. It would be unwise and altogether unsafe to engage in such exercises with the library in its present state. But now that the library is clear of enemies, we are quite safe to go and start summoning things. So let's go and do that and complete that quest. Okay. So all you need to do to start this quest is come back to the summoning font, activate it, and then a few things happen. Around the library, a bunch of things suddenly become interactable, and these summoning circles appear. So summoning the first, let's do the first one. So if we check our codex entry, because this tells you exactly what you need to do. So exercise 1, address the summoning font. We just did that. Select the second passage from the Tome of Spirit Personages, and then pass open hands through the first summoning flames. Select the first flames. So we need to find this Tome of Spirit Personages, which happens to be over here on the shelf. Cool. If it does that, you know you did it right. If you hit the wrong thing, I think it does some minor damage to you, and the entire thing resets, but we did that correctly. So then you can come over here to this and interact with it.
Let's get started.
Perfect. Spirit Hog, and it immediately dies. But that does mean we did the first thing correctly. He's got a garnet on him, and we also got a codex entry, I think. No, it just updated this codex entry. Spirit Hog, the equivalent of a Fade bottom feeder. The gullet of the Spirit Hog can contain minor gems, presumably coalesced from ethereal elements in the Fade. Such creatures cannot survive in the mortal realm without summoner intervention. So that's exactly what happened. We summoned him and he died. Okay, now this second one, I'll tell you right now, you do want to have a character with the stealing skill on hand, because you can steal from the second summon if you're quick enough. So we're going to try and do it. But let's look at what we need to do. Right, exercise 2. Summoning font, Rodicom's Uncommon Calling, and Magus, and the statue of Magus Gorvish, and then second summoning flames. Okay, that's fine. So let's go summoning. I like to pause because I think if you take too long doing this, then the ritual can also reset, which is just annoying. Rodicom's Uncommon Calling is over there, so let's go and grab it. Okay, there's that one. And then the next one was the statue of Magus Gorvish, I believe, so let's go check that. I happen to know it's this big statue in the first area. Cool, and then that is everything, so we can just go interact with the summoning font. But, like I said, I'm going to be ready with Liliana to do it.
Yes?
Oh,
is there something you wish to discuss?
Okay, so Trickster Whim. Now let's try and steal from him. Stealing failed. Okay. I'm actually going to reset just so that I can show you what happens when you succeed.
It's done.
Of course, Liliana doesn't have the best stealing skill, and you can always come back and do this later if you want. Stealing success, I got the pickpocket achievement, and I got an item. Actually can't remember what item it gives you, to be quite honest. Sort by newest. Oh, just a gold ring. Okay. Nothing amazing, but it's cool to see that you can actually do that. Right. So let us check out the codex, the achievement we just got. Pickpocket, successfully picked someone's pocket. There you go, done. The other thing we got was a codex entry. Trickster Whim, an amoral entity that delights in observing corporeal and emotional discomfort, a dangerous preference given that such creatures have little understanding or interest in the fragility of mortal flesh. He disappears with an ominous laugh, and I believe summoning Trickster Whim here actually gives you another quest, or maybe it's a random encounter later on. Might even be both, I can't remember. He does add something else to the game later on for just summoning him here though. Right, summoning font. Now this third one is the largest. Where are we? Exercise 3. So, alert senior major of lesson commencement. I don't think we need to worry about that. Summoning font. Alvorn's Grand Bestiary. The chosen sigil on the first area common table. The Spiritorum Etherealis. Magus Gorvish again, the Novice Phylactery, and then the Flames. Alright, I'm not going to remember that, but we'll see how we go. So this one here, and then we want the Bestiary, which I think is over this side. Yep, there it is. I'm still doing this as Leliana. Doesn't really matter, but that's fine. Cool, that's the Bestiary. Now the next one was the carving spot. Yeah, I think it's the carving spot on the table, which happens to be in the first area, the common table carving spot here. Cool, second one. Spiritorium Etherealis, I think it's called. Not sure which side of the bookshelf it's on. Ah, there it is. Cool, that's that one. Now we need to go interact with the statue, and then the Novice Phylactery, and I believe that's it. Then the Novice Phylactery is here.
It's done.
Cool, I'm going to swap to my main character for this, because I think this one attacks you. Which none of the others did.
On it.
Yep, here we go. A Fade Rifter.
Let's get started. You're getting sloppy. I tried to be masterful. You had it coming.
See, Win is great at healing, so I love using Win. Even with my own character as a mage, I still think Win's a really good person to have around. Okay, Fade Rifter, you can loot this, get the charged mitts, which I believe are unique gloves, but they can only be used by a mage. And we would have got the codex entry for that, as well as quest complete. So we've now finished summoning sciences. And if we look at the codex here, we have the Fade Rifter. The Rifter is an assembled consciousness given form in the moments of the ritual. Its appearance is intended to frighten the summoning apprentice, ensuring they respect the Fade. While essentially a construct, the beast is nonetheless very real and possessed of a fearsome will to be free. There we go. However, there is a secret summon that you can also do. So let's come back to the summoning font. And although we've done the 3 summoning circles here, if you come into the side room, there is a hidden 4th summoning circle. Here. Summoning the 4th. Now, you may notice the codex entry does not have instructions on how to activate this summon, so the only way to do it in-game is by trial and error. Fortunately, I don't have to do it in-game because I've looked this up beforehand, so I didn't have to run around like an idiot. To do this, I'm going to send... I'm going to change this, so to move freely, that you usually want to leave this on. If you change this to hold position, then your characters won't move without you directly controlling them and telling them to move. So what I'm doing is sending a different character to each area. I actually want Leliana in particular to be the one to activate this summon because it's another one you can steal from. unlike Trickster Wim, he when you pickpocket him successfully, he actually gives you a codex entry, so you really want to get that. Or at least I do, because I'm trying to get all of them, so that way I can show it to you. Okay, now with someone in each area, I'm going to get my character to just pick the wrong item, just to reset it. There we go, some minor damage, that was not what we needed. And if we go to Alistair, he can do the summoning part. Okay, so now we're ready to start. Now I've moved characters to each area just so we can quickly swap between them, and it makes it a little bit faster. Instead of running all over the library like a madman. So the first thing we need is the Tome of Spirit Personages, which is over here. There we go. Now we need Rodicum, which I believe is Win. Yeah. Rodicum's Uncommon Calling. Then the statue. Okay, the Bestiari. Win. Okay, the bestiary, and then we need the carving spot, which is that spot on the table in this room. Spiritorum. Check where that is again. It's over here, I think. Yeah. Okay, and I think if you were doing this by trial and error, this is where you'd actually get tripped up, because you need to interact with the statue a second time, and every other summoning you've only interacted with an item once, but you have to do the statue a second time here. Okay, now we need the Novice Phylactery. Okay. And I believe that's it, so let's go to Liliana. Save, because I don't want to fail this pickpocket attempt. Okay.
This is rather awkward.
So now we've got Al Foreshadow here. So if we steal from him...
What?
Here we go. And we get the notes of Al Foreshadow as a codex entry. So this is a very hidden interaction. Al Foreshadow is believed... some of the stuff he talks about is stuff that happens later in Dragon Age Inquisition.
Not right at all.
Not sure if this was planned at the time or if they included it because of this character. But either way... yep, then he disappears. And this is the only way to get this codex entry, is to summon him and then use the stealing skill on him before he disappears. So the notes of Al Foreshadow. Books to pursue for future endeavours. Lost Countenance. For Relden to Elysian Phrasebook. Must not offend the political landlords. Rising Spirits. Offspring in the Fade. Terrible twos indeed. Forestfall. Truth and Legend in the Search for Arlathan. Survivors. Poppycock. The Origin of Theses. Knowing more than everyone without looking like a jackass. Never get the time to read this. Maybe there's a stage play. Yeah, so Inquisition takes place in Orlais, at least partly it takes place in Orlais, and there's a lot there about the spirits and the Fade, and also Arlathan as well. Arlathan, not entirely sure how to pronounce that, but that doesn't really matter. So possible references to Inquisition there. And of course the character is named Al Foreshadow, so, you know. Right, let's move freely and then everyone comes running back.
Yes?
If at any point you find in your playthrough that the other characters are just not moving, check what that button is doing, because as you can see there, hotkey H, if you've accidentally pressed it at some point, you may have turned it on by accident, so you'll want to change it back to move freely. Certainly happened to me before and I did not know what was going on. Okay, here we go. We can go up to the next floor of the Circled Tower. Just jumping in here again with my Dwarf Commoner character to make a slight correction to what I said in my main playthrough. When we were doing the Summoning Sciences quest, I did say that the secret hidden fourth portal didn't really have any in-game instructions. I have just kind of learnt that that is not entirely true. You can see here with this character, I haven't done any of the portals yet, but I was just looking through my codex and noticed something strange. that for this fourth secret summoning portal here, if you look at that codex entry, you can see to do this one, you actually just need to do all of these things in order. So activate the summoning font, and then do the Tome of Spirit personages. Ignore the next bit, and then do Rotherham's Uncommon Calling, the statue, the bestiary, the carving spot, Etherealis, the statue again, and then the phylactery, and that is how you actually activate this next portal. So interestingly, it's not mentioned in the game, but the instructions are there if you're willing to experiment a little bit. So just thought that was an interesting fact that I missed on my initial playthrough, and something I've never known about this game before. I've always had to look up how to do that. So I thought I'd share that with you, but that is all for now, so let's head back over to my main playthrough.
Owain's room is near here.
Please refrain from going into the stockroom. It is a mess, and I've not been able to get it into a state fit to be seen.
Owain?
Yes, it is I, Owain. You remember. I was trying to tidy up, but there was little I could do.
Aren't you afraid of the abominations?
Of course. I am defenseless, and if I ran into one, I would surely perish. I tried to leave when things got quiet. That was when I encountered the barrier. Finding no other way out, I returned to work.
Owain, you should have said something. I would have opened the door for you.
The stockroom is familiar. I prefer to be here.
I'm glad you're right, Owain.
I would prefer not to die. I would prefer it if the tower returned to the way it was. Perhaps Niall will succeed and save us all.
What's this Niall trying to do?
I do not know.
We actually know Niall. We met him in our origin story.
Took the litany of Adralla.
But that protects from mind domination. Is blood magic at work here?
I do not know.
Niall was in the meeting. He would know. Blood magic. I was afraid of this.
How is it worse?
Blood magic could control us, too. Who knows what could happen then? We should find Niall. The litany will give us a fighting chance against any blood mages we encounter.
I wish you luck. Perhaps this will be over soon and things will return to the way they were. Goodbye.
Okay, there we go. Quest updated. Basically, we need to find the litany of Adralla. Now, this charred corpse, I think, has a gift on him. Yes, water-stained portrait. That is a gift for Sten, so we will give it to him later. Especially since Sten is not in a party right now. Okay. That's all in here, so let's go through, clear the rest of this floor.
What are we doing? Have you thought about it?
So, a couple of blood mages. Yeah. And mages, I've said it before, very dangerous enemies, so you really want to neutralize them as quickly as possible. Fireball is a very annoying spell, it really is, because it knocks you down and takes you out like that. I'm just going to reload that one. But this whole floor I think has quite a few blood mages on it, so you do need to be a bit careful. Actually going to cast Walking Bomb and hope that that will let me take one of them out before they knock me out. There we go.
Please, please don't kill me.
Yeah, so one of the blood mages here actually does beg for her life. You can kill her or you can let her leave. Tell me why I should spare your life.
I know I have no right to ask for mercy, but I didn't mean for this death and destruction. We were just trying to free ourselves. Aldred told us that the Circle would support Loghain, and Loghain would help us be free of the Chantry. Don't you remember what it was like living here? The Templars watching. Always watching.
But I never turned to forbidden magic.
The magic was a means to an end. It gave me the power to fight for what I believed.
Fighting for what you believe is commendable, but the ends do not always justify the means.
You don't really believe that, do you, Wynne? Change rarely comes peacefully. Andraste waged war on the Imperium. She didn't write them a strongly worded letter. She reshaped civilization, freed the slaves, and gave us the Chantry. But people died for it. We thought someone always has to take the first step. Force a change, no matter the cost.
Nothing is worth what you've done to this place.
And now Aldred's gone mad, and we are scattered, doomed to die at the hands of those who seek to right our wrongs.
The interesting thing about this, it doesn't really matter if you kill her or let her leave. You don't gain or lose any approval from your companions, which is quite surprising to me. And I don't think there's any consequences later in the game, whichever option you choose. And all you do is wallow in self-pity? Pathetic.
What else can I do? I'm trapped here.
I will spare you, but I will not help you escape.
Thank you. The Maker will surely turn his eyes on you for your mercy.
I'm doing that just in case she turns up later, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't. Right, you can loot these blood mages. And the Rose of Orlais is a book. It's actually a gift for Wynne, I believe, so let's give it to her. Because Wynn's favourite gifts are books and scrolls. There you go, plus 10. Yep. Oh, Bell's Cache. Okay, I was wrong before. Bell's Cache is actually the one that only shows up if you have the right codex entry that you could get in Lothering. We'll grab it, and it's got some interesting items there. Probably nothing we'll use too much, but still, it's all good. Ancient texts. Whenever you see a pile of ancient texts, you always want to check them because they'll have a scroll of Banastor. It gives you the codex entry for it, and I believe later in the game there's a quest to find all of the scrolls of Banastor. To align with the power of the Fade is but the first of many steps. Further is to align the mind of the Fade's rules and find the ties between the realm of dream and the realm of flesh. This is the true power of blood magic. The flesh and the mind are inseparable, and therein lies the power to influence and control minds. Below the text are indecipherable runes and stains of blood and ink. Okay, cool. Okay, printer's note.
More knowledge has fallen into...
This is more Watchguard of the Reaching. Today we passed even further, far beyond any reach of man. The inverted glow of the Black City was always on the horizon of perception, but a path eludes, as always. Untravelled in memory, living or otherwise, there is a pull, and whispers abound. Something great is there, and away from this, always in peripheral. Another mind untethered. Tomorrow I will reach out with my full attention and try to rescue him from his listing. Can someone else have come this far? The wonders we shall share. Ritual note. The vessel in hand. Words from another time drip literal power. Documents of the Reaching. Estimated 2nd century ancient. First enchanter appointed Watchguard of the Reaching to be held in secret. Scribbled in corner. Reaching. Before the circle. Someone else in the Fade. I want this. Okay.
More cracks here than some have ever known. That's sad.
Okay.
Let's get started.
What? Oh, did not mean to hit Alistair with that. It's kind of tricky to aim, to be honest, but that's okay. Killed the guy that Alistair was fighting with anyway. Part of the problem with this party I've got right now is that we only really have one fighter. Both myself, Wynne, and Liliana are all ranged fighters. which means that if Alistair goes down, the rest of us will probably go down pretty easily. But,
This should be easy
okay,
enough.
Blink Vellum, not useful. Chest is locked. Let's see if Liliana can do it. I have my doubts. Yep. Okay, insufficient skill. We're not opening that. That's okay, though. Shard Corpse. Okay. Okay, well that killed some of them anyway. Okay, Liliana did level up, so let us see what we can do with her.
This should be easy enough.
Let's actually see what we've got. Well, yeah, next mechanical expertise needs 18 cunning. I want to get that sooner rather than later. So at the very least, we'll do that. You know what? I'm just going to put them all in cunning. Actually, a hard choice here. Expert stealing could be useful, but I'm going to grab the combat training for now. And yep, grab mechanical expertise, please. There we go. Done. And actually, since we're right next to it, I'm going to go see if she can open this chest now. It's probably just got random loot we don't need, but might as well check it out. Yep, there we go. Oh, love letter. I'm actually glad I came back then. So the love letters give you the Codex Entry Correspondence Interruptus, which there are many of these all across Thedas, and they will all give you just a wee snippet of conversation between usually secret lovers of some description. A collection of embarrassing personal communications between spoiled wealthy and the objects of obsession. A delicate matter. While I am overjoyed at the prospect of having you, an unwelcome guest requires that you excuse yourself by the postern of my estate to avoid a mark upon our reputations. M. So they're all kind of in that vein, but there are a bunch of them you can get across the world. That's the first one. That locked chest in the Spoiled Princess section in the Cullenhead Docks has another one. I'm pretty sure. That chest that we couldn't open, but I'm guessing we probably can if we go back.
I am ready.
All set. Right.
Did not even see that they were there. Stuff am I using? Oh, the Heartwood stuff. I've still got that. Unfortunately, its damage seems to do nothing to abominations. They seem to be immune to whatever damage it's firing. It's alright, you can come out now.
Are the demons gone? Is it safe? I don't want to die.
I've dealt with them, trust me.
If you're sure it's safe, I could take a peek outside.
Oh. Ow, yeah. Yes.
Are you hurt?
I have a crick in my back and my bum's gone numb. Oh, holy maker, look at this. Those demons didn't know what hit them, did they? Godwin, Mage of the Circle of Ferelden, at your service.
How did you end up in that closet?
There were demons everywhere, blocking my exit. I decided that the best thing to do in that situation was to hide and be very, very quiet. I just really want to be somewhere safe. I think I might stay here for now. Maybe go back into my closet for a little while.
I've killed most of the demons. You could escape.
And go where? The Templars have locked the door. I'm just going to stay here and see what happens.
Very well. Take care.
Thank you again for saving me. May we meet again in happier, less life-threatening times.
Okay, interesting. But he seems happy in his closet for now. Let's keep moving through the game. The Mage's Tower is quite a long quest, to be honest, so we're definitely not going to finish it this episode, and maybe not even next episode, if I'm honest. Now, we could just go in there and attack them, but if we wait, I believe something happens. So let's see if it happens. Yep, they summon an abomination, which then attacks them. So you can run in and actually kill them while they're dealing with it, or even wait. The abomination, I think, is strong enough to kill them. But if we wait till they summon it, get a little more experience for taking them all out, I guess. There we go. Nice. Creationist Cord. Oh, that's quite nice. Fire resistance and plus healing effects received. Okay. Printer's note. We're almost at the end of this particular codex entry, I think. His silver cord transmuted black. Black! There was no wonder his form shattered. What returned was not of the mortal nor native fade. Does an afterthought prove the gods when direct action is long missing? There is no purpose to this beast. Let the strength of the tower wither it and memory pass. The only legacy to be taught? Stay focused within the fade. Whims escape their own action. Ritual note, a sword raised to sever connection. Documents of the Reaching, estimated 2nd century ancient. First enchanter appointed watchguard of the Reaching, to be held in secret. Scribbled in corner, cord, peasant magic. Must know, can almost see, whispers want. There we go. I do promise these codex entries for that actually do make sense once you know what's going on. But without knowing all the context, it's really hard to understand what they're talking about.
Let's get started.
Is it just me, or do you actually think you have a chance? I tried to be thankful. No mercy.
Okay, here are some scrolls. Not what I thought they had. Never mind. I know there's a second scroll of Banastor somewhere in the tower. I can't remember exactly where it is. I was kind of hoping that was it, but never mind. Nothing else in here it looks like, so let's keep moving on.
On it.
Chantry Amulet. Tevinter Shield as well. That Chantry Amulet is a gift for Liliana, so let's give that to her while we remember.
Oh, how deep.
There we go. Once your companions get enough approval, they actually get stat bonuses. What bonus they get depends on which character. It's different for each character. As we saw there, Liliana just got I think it was a cunning bonus. I was going to check, but I can't remember how. Character sheet, I think. Liliana. Nope, doesn't. Oh, yeah, we can check here. So cunning. Yep, +3 cunning, and that's because of her affection for me, which is cool. If we look, she is at +29. I believe she gets the stat bonus of +25. And then every plus 25 they get another stat, larger stat bonus. Okay, charred corpse. Now, there is something we can do here. It involves a very tough enemy, so I'm going to save before doing it, just in case we're too low level to actually tempt this. Toppled statue, let's interact with it. If I can, please. Continue. Okay, so we have found a slip of paper, a vial with a slip of paper inside. So let's take the vial. The glass fractures at your touch. Yeah. So like I said, this is a tough enemy. This is a Revenant. I may have made a mistake fighting this so early. We'll see. They can be really strong. And she's going to try and overpower it. No. He's way too strong for that to work. I thought so. As long as I can keep freezing him, I shouldn't be too bad. But my staff isn't actually doing any damage, so let's swap weapons. I need something that'll deal damage. Even if this staff is weaker than this staff in terms of raw damage. It's the same actually, it's just the bonuses it gives. Alright, fine. At least this one does deal some damage, so that's something. But your goal here, keep Alistair alive, because if he dies, the rest of us are not going to last long.
Desperation is an ugly trophy.
I'm actually doing better against the Revenant than I expected. These things here do have some really powerful skills, and what you don't want to do, they may be doing a lot of damage with their sword, but what you don't want to do is run away from them and try and fight it at a distance, because it has powerful spells to use against you as well. I actually need lyrium, and so does... Nope, Lynn's actually okay, but you need a potion.
Is it just me, or do you actually think you have a chance?
Let us end this. Mission. We must have victory.
Another light. Let's go. Desperation is an ugly perfume. Be careful! Move and parry the second kill! Let's end this!
Right then.
Time for some fun!
Cool. And we defeated it. Revenants are really powerful enemies, so I'm actually surprised that went as well as it did. I fully expected to die at some point there. Okay, there's a few things to deal with. Let's loot the Revenant. So it has a scrap of paper on it. Also an elixir, which is fine, but we want the paper. New codex, the Black Vials. So let's have a look at those codex entries. These Black Vials, by the way, there are... can't remember how many, but there is a quest later on to find all of them, so doing this one now is one less that we have to do later. Okay, we've got a few new entries here though, so notes. The Black Vials. Binding the first corpse walker. Let the dead no longer serve your whim. Bound by your true name, no mortal hand shall reach you. Kael Verzagat, revenant and perversion of an only son. Death beyond death is no longer your stepping stone through the veil. In Druste hold you, demon, and bind your rage for eternity. 6 thumbprints in blood mark the end of the text. Cool. Cryptic as always. Character. What happened with the characters here? Liliana. Oh, right. Because she got higher approval, we get a little more information about Liliana. And like I think I mentioned before, getting higher approval does actually give you a hint as to what gifts she likes. So here, Liliana takes care to honour the Lothering cloister that took her in, and keeps symbols of Andraste's blessing close to her heart. So like I said, anything with Andraste's name in it is likely a gift for Liliana. Right, creature. We have the one for Revenant, I assume. We also have Corpse, actually. Corpse, to anyone who doubts the wickedness of blood magic, I say with your own hands strike down the corpses of your own brothers who have fallen in battle to a Maleficar. Then we may discuss morality. Knight Commander Benedictus, in a letter to the Divine, 546 is exalted. The walking dead are not, as the superstitious are wont to believe, the living come back for revenge. They are, rather, corpses possessed by demons. The shambling corpse, controlled by a demon of sloth, causes its enemies to become weak and fatigued. Corpses possessed by rage demons go berserk and simply wade into their opponents mindlessly. Devouring corpses are held by hunger demons and feed upon the living. The more powerful demons rarely die to possess a dead host. Revenant, an entire unit of men, all slain by one creature. I didn't believe it at first, your perfection. But it appears that this is so. We have a survivor, and while at first I thought his ranting's pure exaggeration, it appears to be no simple skeleton. The descriptions of the creature's abilities are eerily similar to those our brothers at Manus Pal encountered almost a century ago. Men pulled through the air to skewer themselves on the creature's blades, an attack so quick that it was able to assault multiple opponents at once. Know your perfection? What we have here is indeed a Revenant, and nothing less. From a letter to Divine Amara III, 571 exalted. A Revenant is a corpse possessed by a demon of pride or of desire, making it amongst the most powerful possessed spirits that one can face. Many possess spells, but most are armed and armoured and prefer the use of their martial talents. They are weak against physical attacks but regenerate quickly, commonly use telekinesis to pull opponents into melee range should they try to flee. Revenants also have the ability to strike multiple opponents surrounding them, stay at range if possible and strike quite quickly. That is the only way to take such a creature down. Yeah, we didn't actually see most of those abilities because I didn't bother trying to move my characters away from it. But if you move your characters away, it can use telekinesis to drag them back towards it. So, that's kind of interesting. Okay, well, with that done, I actually think I'm going to end the episode here. The Mage Tower, like I said before, is quite a long quest. And we were never going to finish it in this episode. I'm not even sure if we'll finish it in the next episode, but we'll see how we go. So for now, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.